It's a great day to talk hockey on HabsCast.
Welcome to HabsCast. My name is Rick Springhetti, and here we are with the man himself, the man behind the HabsCast, Grant McCagg. Grant,
Yeah,
how are you this morning?
hey, not too bad. What do you think of that intro there?
Oh,
That guy's got a sexy voice, eh?
yes, I think it's going to be the background music for many Hammerus hockey fans. No, it sounds great, and it's a really nice intro with a little bit of a throwback feel that really is nice. It kind of reminds me of growing up being a Habs fan. So really good job on that one, Grant. I
Oh,
really enjoyed that.
well, it might be pretty temporary. I'm gonna get tired of hearing my own. I don't like. uh, we're working on something, getting something animated, and maybe a special, if it can be arranged, a special person to do the soundbite. But hey,
Oh,
it works. It works for now, and our nod to Badger Bob Johnson, of course,
of course.
and his famous saying, and with a little twist on it. But yeah, had somebody saying, our second last podcast,
Mhm.
love your podcast, blah blah blah, but you should have an intro. I said, okay, well,
Yeah.
we're here to please, right? So
Folks, this is a community, and Grant listens to you, and
I do.
he works at making it user friendly and listener friendly, and we can't thank you enough to participate. We got more and more
Oh,
people jumping on board, and I think it's just fantastic, and it's going to be a really fun year, as we say over and over again, right?
I want to thank everyone that came on for my live, uh, my first attempt at a live podcast. It obviously didn't work. I'm still learning some things from the technical end of it. I did figure it out about 20 minutes in, but you know, all but about six people stayed around, which I told people that I can't figure this out. So I said in the chat. So, but I did get it working, and next time I try it, uh, we should be good to go. I hope a bunch of you join me. I'm gonna try to, if I can do it Saturday nights. There aren't, there's a void there, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna see if I can't maybe do something after the games on Saturday nights, and maybe some of the other games during the week right after. Come on, right after, and do a little segment and answer a few questions and try to build this Habs community. That I'm gonna have to push that to October 4th game. We still haven't had many people sign up the membership, but gonna push it this week and see if we can't get some people that are vying for those tickets that Paul donated, right, for
Yeah.
next Saturday night. So you know, I'll be putting up some info this week, and hopefully a few people sign up and get a chance to. The more people that sign up, these people can come on our podcast and ask questions and comment on the games and that. I want it to be really interactive, not just
Mhm.
like a call in. It's actually get on our podcast and join us, and give us your thoughts on the game, and ask some questions and stuff as we keep going here and we get closer to the regular season. I'm hoping that we can keep building the Habs community that we're trying to build here.
Yeah, and those tickets are phenomenal. Like, just you're not going to get these anywhere. Like, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to get to see a game in a way that you'll never get to see a game like that ever again. So we're always thankful for Paul and for a great cause. The Warrior Project is just a fantastic cause that the Jackeye family is strongly involved with. So no, sign up, folks. You got great content. You got an opportunity to have a great hockey game that you could watch, and you get a chance to back our favorite family in hockey right now, the Jackeye family, as they do
Yeah,
some really amazing things.
right on.
So last night's game, Grant, we know it's preseason, but like the Montreal Canadiens themselves say on their social media page, when they win, it's important. right? If they don't win, it's just a preseason game, but because they won, it's a great game. So we're going to just start
Absolutely.
general, Grant. Your general impressions of last
Yeah.
night's game and the team's performance.
Well, my first thought was, can you start the season with Laval? Can Laval play Toronto instead of Montreal? Because it seemed like when they had the loaded lineup, they lost 7-2, and with the Laval lineup, they win in Toronto. But
Yeah.
that just goes to show you that guys fighting for jobs. When there's extra motivation, sometimes it really helps, right?
Yeah.
The guys in Toronto 2 games ago, all the guys that are trying to impressed, and then last night it was the opposite. All the Canadians, even Kidney saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
I want to be a regular this year in Laval.
Yeah.
Look at me." He played
Yeah.
okay, and
Right.
what I liked and what I have liked in camp so far is the guys that are truly, I think, fighting for a spot have all played well.
Yeah.
I've liked Del Gaizo. I've liked Struble has been fantastic. I think he just looks great.
Does.
Last night he's full of confidence now. His gap control is so good. His skating, confidence is sky high, making great plays. Like, and it's not all with Struble. It's not a lot of his effectiveness is what he does away from the puck. Like, so you're not going to notice him maybe as much as somebody like Hutson, obviously. But I thought he was every bit as good or better than Hutson last night. Just superb gap control, skating, mobility, moving up and making the right decisions. He's very aggressive with his pinching, but he does it smartly. And he's such a good skater that he can come back if somebody gets around him or whatever. And of course, I like that pairing, Hutson and Struble. They looked good together last year,
Yes.
and they looked really good together last night, I thought. So
Right.
that gives Hutson another potential partner. Now, if Guhle or Dobson, if it lingers, the groin injuries, and that can be the case with groin injuries.
Yes.
Uh, you know, I don't think the Canadians have any qualms about having Hutson and Struble as a pairing. It's a possibility. And um, what did you think of Struble last night?
I agree 100%. And I was going to add to that. I think at one point in the game, the third period, he was the third or fourth player with the most puck possession time in the game for both teams.
Yeah.
And that says a lot. That really does say a lot. He's obviously, with a guy like Jack Guy with dropping the gloves and being the sheriff and all that, he has the reputation of being the big physical guy, but don't sell Jaden Struble short on that. He hits like a Mack truck and it hurts.
Did you see the clip of Jack Guy in the dressing room, and when he saw that he's going to be wearing the A?
Yeah.
That was so cool, eh?
It was great, and I'm happy for him, and I think in Toronto too, where he had a lot of friends and family around, was wonderful, and it says a lot about what the players and the team thinks of him. It's not a question of saying that one is a great young prospect and the other one is not, and it's obvious it's not. But I think Struble, sometimes we do sell them short because it's not as spectacular or obvious, and a lot of times his good plays is when he doesn't have possession of the puck.
Yeah.
But he was really solid, very solid.
And he had high possession numbers in part because he just got to the puck. Like, he was aggressive in takeaways, getting the puck from the other team and then holding on to it till he could get it to another player. But just to get it back to that video scene, which was so cool. And I mean, Arbor is just I've had the pleasure of interviewing before, and just a tremendous character, great sense of humor. He's got no airs about him, like he's down to earth as can be,
Yeah.
and just a great guy. And Struble's the same way.
Yeah.
But just Struble, like I showed him there, like, man, is he put together well, that guy,
Oh, yeah.
eh?
Yeah.
Holy frick. What a like, what a, you know, I mean, I was told by his coaches before in college, like, he's an Adonis, and you could just tell from, sitting there in his T-shirt, it just holy frig. What a well put together young man. He's a beast.
Yeah.
And, uh, he has to have the edge right now on Jack I think,
Yeah.
for a regular spot. He
Yes.
just can't be out of the lineup, I don't think. Like,
No.
I'd dress him ahead of Carrier even if, if it came down to it, even though the problem being obviously that they need Carrier on the right side, or
Yeah.
they're not going to go with 5 left defensemen, but
No.
like, I don't know that Guhle. I'm not, and I've said this in the past because you never know, but I don't know the Guhle in the long run is going to end up being better than Struble. Like, the Struble is good. He's really good. I think he's the most underrated player on the team right now, and to me, he has just been tremendous so far in the preseason, and I think he's going to wrestle a regular spot in the lineup this season.
Yeah, and I think too, as he gains experience, he's a little bit quicker in his decision making, and that makes a huge difference too. He's, as you said, he's on the puck a lot quicker. He kind of understands when to engage, when to back off a little bit better. So he kind of mixes the aggressive nature of really getting onto the puck carrier or playing a better positional game. So he's gaining that experience, and that's a big difference right there. And with those tools, man, you gotta just wonder how good this guy can be. And he's so young. He's so young. I mean, in terms of NHL games, he's very young.
Well, and you also got to consider what September 9th birthday or whatever. So one of the youngest players from his draft class. So, he's only just turned 22, is it?
Wow.
Like, he's just 22, like not 22 in 11 months. It's, 22 and a couple of weeks. It's 22 or 23. I'm not Lee McGuire. I don't memorize these things.
Shout out to our good friend Liam, of course, who's probably having a good time with somebody from hockey in the hockey world.
Oh, he's heading to Digby, Nova Scotia from Moncton, and he's going to try to get Knuckles over the next couple of days for an interview, hopefully tomorrow. So keep your eyes open for that.
That's great. Also, quickly, maybe talk a little bit about Lane Hutson. We had said last year when we talked that Lane wanted to work on a shot, and how do you think that's coming along, Grant?
Yeah. Well, he had the nice, he kind of froze the goalie maybe a little bit with that little stutter and then shot. Yeah. When I interviewed his dad, so he wouldn't care if he ever didn't score a goal, but sorry, he didn't work on a shot so that he wouldn't score goals. He didn't work on a shot all off season so he wouldn't score. Like, he gets a lot of chances to score.
Yeah.
And that's just another thing that, he puts more of those in, it's only going to help the team win, right?
Yeah.
Even more. I mean, if you only just pass it off all the time, then people will catch on to that. There's so much video scouting being done that, okay, well, this just cut off the passing lanes. Well, if he can, if his shot becomes an option too, then they don't know what to defend on him. Right?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he jumped up to 10 goals this year or something like that, because he's going to get so many scoring chances. And it's still his preference to dish it off, but he'll as he gains more confidence in his shot and stuff, I think you'll see him shoot more in those instances, and that's only gonna, well, I mean, I don't think a point per game is out of the question for him this year.
No.
He's going to create scoring chances every game with his competitiveness and his skill. It's you look at him, think he might go a game or two without a point, but then he'll have a 2-point night, a 3-point night, and I really would not be surprised if you saw 80 plus points from him, and he's one of the top 2 or 3 point producing defensemen as soon as this season. He's got it. And
Yeah.
even guys on Sportsnet, even Nick Kyprios and all those, and then all the Leaf guys being interviewed after the game, just this guy is almost impossible to defend against sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So, he's just he's one of the reasons why the Canadians now are as far as a young up and coming team goes, they're right at the top of the food chain. So
Yeah.
it's exciting times in Montreal.
Absolutely, and a fun team to watch. Let's move to forward, Grant. I think one of the big stories of last night's game was Kapanen versus Beck. Who's going to make the team, who's going to be in the lineup. And then Veleno decided, well, wait a minute, guys, I'm here too. And he made a little bit of a statement. So, man, those forwards, Veleno, Kapanen, and Beck, are not going to make things easy on Habs management on who stays and who plays and who doesn't. So tell me about that, Grant.
Well, I think it's the case on defense with, I think Gaizo, Struble, and Jack have all played very well, and could all deserving of a spot in a lot of NHL lineups.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think if Gaizo was in San Jose that he'd probably be their 4th defenseman this year.
Yeah, he played a few games last year with Nashville.
No, he looks good. I like him. He's not the tallest guy, but he's a strong kid. He's got some physical edge and a really good skater.
Right.
But then up front, Beck, I liked Beck and Kapanen again last night. Kapanen, if he that shot that he ringed off the post, that was a rocket.
Bar, yeah. Wow.
If that goes in, everybody's talking about him today too. It's just it's a thin line between, sometimes it's just an inch between being the talk of the game and not. But Kapanen, his speed last night on the forecheck, and he was really impressive again. And it was interesting that they had him centering. They moved Newhook over to the wing and Kapanen at center. So they've had him centering Demidov's line, and they've had him as the first line center in 2 exhibition games so far, which they definitely love him, and they're giving him a really, really close look. But then Veleno says, "Hey, wait a sec here. I was a 1st round pick.
Yeah.
I played in the NHL. I want that spot." So what's probably going to happen now is that they're going to insert Veleno probably between. I wouldn't be surprised in one of the remaining games that you see Veleno centering Bolduc and Newhook, and just to see how he looks, because they've done Beck, they've done Kapanen. Now they'll probably, because he's earned the look, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it comes down to those 3 for that spot on the 3rd line, and they'll probably give Veleno, since they've given Beck a look, Kapanen a look. Now Veleno has earned the look probably. But notwithstanding, I think both Beck and Kapanen were good again last night, and Kapanen has played on the first line both exhibition games and not been on for an even strength goal against. So, that's impressive that up against other teams' good lines, he's he's doing the job away from the puck. I love his play away from the puck. And Veleno, we tend to focus on the puck a bit more. And Veleno last night, that one that one rush, especially where he made the nice back pass and then it bounced over Beck's stick, or it's probably a goal. That was very nice, and
Yeah.
he's creating opportunities and noticeable out there, so that's good for him. I think what this Delgaizo's play and Veleno playing as well as he has, and the kind of question mark injuries, the groin that can flare back up again quickly and stuff with Guhle and Dobson, tells me that what might happen here is that they go with 8 defensemen and 13 forwards, with Blais being the extra and Veleno winning that spot to start the year in the lineup. And then you send Beck and Kapanen back to Laval, give them all sorts of playing time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You've got Delgaizo as the extra guy that's in the. You don't want a kid in the press box.
No.
You don't want Beck or Kapanen as the
Absolutely
14th forward.
No.
Right?
Right.
Originally, you're thinking, well, it could be Veleno and Blais, but Veleno is making the case to be in the lineup to start the year. So if they do choose that, say, okay, we're going to give it to Veleno to start. Blais, the guy in the box, and then you've got probably Jackeye and Delgaizo to start in the press box along with Blais, and you got Veleno and Struble in the lineup, and you send the 2 kids back. They can be sent back, no waivers, right? There's always that's another reason why they might end up,
of course,
right?
Yep.
Because you don't want to lose assets.
No.
And they can play tons in Laval, and as soon as there's an injury, or if Veleno's not playing great, and you call one of them back up, right? And you send down Delgaizo when all the defensemen are healthy, and you have 14 forwards and 7 defensemen. Like, you can keep switching that back and forth as the season goes along.
Yeah.
But from me originally thinking, well, it's probably Kapanen or Beck that wins the third line spot, and they go with 14 forwards and have Veleno and Blais as the extras. Delgaizo deserves a spot on the roster, even if it's in the press box, but he can play. Like, if Guhle and Dobson aren't ready to start the they might sit out the odd games. Both Struble, like Jackeye and Delgaizo, won't hurt you being in the lineup as the 6th guy. So
Absolutely.
that could be those are the decisions that they have to make, I believe, is are we gonna, depending on how Guhle and Dobson are doing, if they're not completely healthy, if Veleno plays with Bolduc and Newhook and looks good, I think they'll probably give him a look there. We'll see. That will tell a lot if they do. Then they'll go with 8 defensemen and 13 forwards to start the year. So I like the options, and I like that it can go one way or the other. And the last couple of exhibition games will tell the tale.
I agree. I think that makes total sense, and I see that. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with Kapanen or Beck going down to the American Hockey League. They're not going to be there wasting time at all. There's still some things they could work on, and in a better environment. And they have great coaching in Laval. They're going to learn a lot, always under Pascal Vincent. You don't get any better than that in the American Hockey League. So it makes sense. And there's injuries are going to happen, unfortunately, to forwards, and trades could happen during the year. So they have to go down there with the attitude of saying that we're on the cusp of being back in the NHL. So let's keep focused on what we have to work on. And, it's going to cause some internal competition, even in Laval, where some guys are going to be saying, hey, I want to be the guy who gets called up, and they're going to push each other to be better. So, the Habs wanted this. They wanted players to put them in uncomfortable positions when it comes to roster decisions, and they've kept their end of the bargain. They're going to make things very rough. It's going to be a fly in the wall, and that meeting would be a lot of fun.
Times have changed when it came down to, Alex Semin or, who wins that last, oh my goodness. It's nice to have this embarrassment of riches now where, you
No offense to Dave Schlemko, but it was not really.
Yeah. Is Alzner gonna? Yeah. No, times have changed in Montreal, and you know what? Both Beck and Kapanen have played better than Bolduc so far. I mean, they all are about the same age, right? So that's not a shock that they're outplaying Bolduc. Obviously, they traded for Bolduc. The Logan Mailloux, who got in a scrap last night. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't see it. Actually, yeah. No, they did. Eh?
But Bolduc, I guess, is safe. But I'm telling you, if they keep playing like they are, and Bolduc doesn't play better, it's not out of the realm of possibility that you see one of them replacing Bolduc as things go along here to start the year. It's not like Bolduc is a finished product. He was a fourth line. He played in the fourth line last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rookie year, still young. He's got to pick up his game. I don't know what his puck possession time was last night, but if it was more than 5 seconds, I'd be surprised. He never had the puck. And, he got an assist. Maybe that was the only time. I think he touched the puck 2 or 3 times, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I certainly didn't hear his name a lot, you know. Kapanen outplayed him last night. Like, if you look at the two, Kapanen was a lot better. Yeah, but they are about the same age. You got to keep that in mind. Bolduc is still a young player, and I don't think you can. Well, they're in the spot now that they're a playoff team, right? They're contender. They're not going to mess around. If Bolduc struggles, Beck or Kapanen will replace him for a bit at some point this year. Just like, you got to be honest with what you're seeing, and I haven't been. He's been underwhelming so far in his 2 games, and I hope that it's just a matter of him getting up to speed. Dobson as well. I don't think, from what we saw so far, he hasn't stood out, and I wonder if it partly has to do maybe with adjusting to the new system, right? Like, was Dobson playing the hybrid system in New York? I don't know, the Islanders, but when you do, you've seen it with a lot of defensemen through the years when they do come to a new team. If it's a different defensive philosophy, it takes a little while to adjust, right?
Yeah.
So again, it's early. It's preseason. You don't get too caught up on it, but so far for me anyway, neither Dobson or Bolduc has impressed me, and it could, again, it may not mean anything, but it's something to keep an eye on as we go along here.
Yeah, well, at least something for them to think about, and then to keep that in mind. But yeah, it is hard to assess veterans at these kind of in the preseason, because I never know what kind of effort they're putting in there and how safe they're being. But
yeah,
right.
Well, Bolduc's not. I don't consider Bolduc to be a veteran.
Yeah,
really. But yeah, in Dobson's case, yes.
Yeah.
But again, you just signed him to he's got the biggest contract on the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
You made a huge trade for him. I hope that he doesn't. I hope he plays better than he has so far.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't look like a $9 million defenseman so far.
But,
it's early. Yeah. just throwing it out there.
Of course.
You can't all be sunshine and roses, right? We have to. We have to mix in a little bit there.
Grant holds people to high standards, so they got to step up, right?
Especially $9 million man.
Yes. No, I understand.
When I'm eating chicken sandwiches in the car, I want I want to see $9 million defensemen earn their keep.
Good. Well put. Well put. Well put. We're going to move a little bit now to goaltending. What did you take of last night's performance, Grant?
Yeah. Oh yeah, goalie expert Grant McCagg. Uh, well, there's another one where, especially goaltending, things can change in a hurry. Like by the end of the year, Monty might be the third string goalie. As outrageous as that sounds, maybe right now, it just so far who's been the third best goalie? Montembeault, right?
Montembeault, I would say, yeah. I would say, well, mostly because of that shellacking from last game, right?
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But Dobis, decent so far for the most part. Kakkonen looked good, I thought. He's been fairly solid so far. So it's nice to have three goalies because I've seen goalies go from being starters to, being in the minors or being on waivers by the end of the year.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what going to happen with Montembeault. He's the guy to start the year, but it's such an unpredictable position that it's nice that there's two other options, and then Fowler, give him a bunch, lots of playing time in the minors too. But I don't think goaltending in Laval is going to be a big issue this year.
No.
They're going to have a good.
They're going to have a good. Yeah.
They're going to
They
have
also
a
have
good
that goaltender that was invited there, former Ottawa goaltender.
Mandolese.
Yes, yeah, he was also invited, and he played a little bit in the NHL, and so he's in there too as a guest.
They're going to have really good goaltending even in Trois-Rivières this year. Like they've got a lot of good. Hunter Jones is a decent goalie too, and they've got a good group of goalies, and I like the depth and the quality. Yeah. It's just, is there an elite starter in the bunch? Well, hopefully that's Montembeault, and hopefully, he last year, if I recall correctly, kind of had a slow start to the year as well, right?
Yeah, and he was one of them. Yeah, the team.
Especially
with Montembeault too, is I find that when he'll have a bad game every few games. When he has a bad game, it's a really bad game.
Yeah,
you kind of remember it a little bit more. It lingers longer for that reason, and then you'll have like 4 or 5 really solid ones. So maybe
what bothers me is, and it was the case that game, is he'll let in like 3 goals on 5 shots to start the game. He did that a bunch at the start of last year, and they can't. If it starts happening again this year, like things have changed. They won't have as long a leash.
No.
Even with they've got 2 other capable goalies. If Monty starts off like he did last year, and I don't know how many times in the first 20 games he let in 2 or 3 goals on his first 5 or 6 shots, but it was a number of times. And if that happens again to start this year, they're not going to just keep throwing them in there over and over again. They've got other capable goalies that can play, and they cannot get off to a slow start as they did last year. Lightning's not going to strike twice and miraculously make the playoffs, going from 30th place on Thanksgiving, U.S. Thanksgiving, to making the playoffs.
I agree.
That won't happen again. So leash will be a little shorter, but yeah, I like that Kakkonen and Dovish have looked decent so far, and it'll be interesting to see which one gets sent down.
Yeah, I think Kakkonen too was solid last night. He wasn't rattled when people crashed his net or came near him, and then he was positionally pretty sound. I didn't see a lot of running around or extra movement. I think it's always been a little bit of an issue with Dobish, is that he plays really aggressively, but sometimes it becomes a little bit erratic too if he's not on point with his reflexes, and so it's not reassuring sometimes for the defense core to know how he's going to play the puck or how he's going to play the shooter, and there's a little bit of hesitation. Or by Kakkonen, by being a little bit more steady, The
True.
defensemen know how to play the angles and then where to take the man and where the goaltender is going to be in relation to all that. Because it's a game of, as you said before, it's a game of inches. 1 inch, 1 or 2 inches, a little bit too far from the puck, and it's a goal, or it's a completed pass that leads to an open net. So these things are really important, and that's why they got him, and that's why I think they're paying what maybe is going to be their third goaltender. I think over $1 million a year is for that reason, is to have that
Yeah.
insurance that they got somebody and they got multiple options, and not to put that on. Not having to call up Fowler, which I think they're going to try to avoid at all costs, and not to, especially for a goaltender.
And I mean, Kakinen might win that backup spot.
Not impossible.
It's not out of the realm of possibility that if they set him down, that he gets picked up on waivers too, right?
Yeah. No, I agree, and he is he's played on a lot of bad teams, so you can't rely on the statistics too to assess the guy.
No, Dobish has only played half a game so far in preseason, if I'm not mistaken.
So far,
he did look. What I did notice in that half game is that he wasn't all over the ice like he usually is. He seemed to be a little better contained, and I think maybe he's been working on that, and they've been, the goaltending coaches have been trying to stress that with him. Hey, try to be, try not to get out of position as much as you did last year, and stay, stay in your net a little more. But it's interesting that Kakinen has played game and a half, and Dobish has played a half game so far.
Yeah,
I guess Dobish will probably, I suspect, will play the whole next game, but we'll see. It wouldn't be. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's a nice problem to have, right? It could be Beck, Dobish, and Kapanen, who are all fully capable of playing in the NHL this year, could all start the year in Laval, right? And that's not a bad thing. Canadians are at that point now where, they've got 28 NHLers and only 23 can be on the roster.
One last thing about last night's game before we move on to our prospect of the week. Is there maybe a player that you mentioned Delgado quite a bit, and he had a very good game? Is there anybody else you saw that maybe a little bit of an unsung hero from last night's game that caught your eye or that did some good things?
Well, I think we mentioned it already. Like it'd be Kapanen or Struble, a little bit unsung, I think. And they both, Kapanen especially for me, again, he's just playing pretty much flawless game. He hasn't created a bunch of scoring chances yet. The puck hasn't necessarily been. He's been in the right spot to create some offense, and the puck doesn't always go where you hope it goes. But he's been so positionally sound, making the right plays away from the puck, winning draws on the friggin' in the offensive zone on the power play. He keeps, so far in the preseason, he's been the best on faceoffs on the power play in the offensive zone, and that was such a issue last year that Montreal continuously lost the draw, lost possession off of the start of and you lose 30 seconds. Well, when you don't lose that 30 seconds, it makes such a huge difference. And Kapanen has continuously won. I think he's won every offensive draw on the power play so far in the preseason. And that's a little something that doesn't get noticed. So I think he's been an unsung hero so far in the preseason, the 2 games. He didn't score a goal in either game or get a point. Had the beautiful shootout goal, game winner. But for me, he's the guy that kind of I think is being underrated. Everyone talks about Veleno. Honestly, Kapanen was every bit as good as Veleno last night. Even more effective, perhaps. But it's been Beck talked about the first game, even though Kapanen, I think, was every bit as good. and Veleno last night. Again, I know I'm pro Kapanen. I get that, but he's been very good and
Yeah.
fully deserving of getting a spot to start the year. He might be the guy. Again, I like the fact that okay, they plugged him in with Line and Demidov, and now they moved Newhook over. They didn't move Newhook over for Beck, right?
No,
When they
that's
played
true.
together.
That's true. Beck was on the
They
wing.
and I think ideally Newhook might be best on the wing,
Yeah,
and
I
that
agree.
so it's like you say, you'd love to be a fly on the wall to the meetings and
Yeah.
hear what they're
Yeah.
discussing about, which way they're leaning, what they think of Veleno, Beck, and Kapanen so far. But just from what you see, the opportunity that they're giving Kapanen, obviously they like him a lot, and they are seriously considering him centering the third line to start
I
the
think
year.
so. I want to quickly, if I may, just give my quick point of view on that one. I really liked New York's game. I think he worked hard on his defense. He might have been a little bit
Yes.
unsure of himself sometimes, overcommitting or trying to use his speed almost too much. But there's an effort there, and I think they're showing a willingness to embrace that new role, and that's a good sign. He played overall. I think he played very well. And
Yes.
Tyler
Good.
Torp, I think, was also very good. I really liked his passing game on. I think on Hutson's goal there, he moved the puck to him. Nice fake, simple pass. And this was after he had been in the penalty box for Toronto's goal, so he could have been a little bit rattled about that, and he did, and he kept his cool. He even played a little bit on the penalty kill and did fine.
Power play.
Was a little bit static, and on the power play played a little bit too. So those two guys also, to me, did some good stuff last night, and
Yeah.
I think they could be pointed out.
Thorpe, when he came up last year, he sat in the stands in the play, like he didn't get to play for Laval, but
Yeah.
that won't be the case this year. He had a very good camp,
Mhm.
and right now I think is a bit ahead of Tuck
Mhm.
in the depth chart as far
I
as
agree. Yeah.
potential fourth line
Yeah.
slot down the road. You got to
Yes.
remember how young he is, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been impressed with Thorpe. Those are good choices. Newhook, nice to see him bury one, right?
Yeah.
And when we did that, who can score 15 to 25, I thought, I was thinking later, geez, I forgot to put Newhook in there. Like I mentioned Anderson and Gallagher and Bolduc
Mhm.
and Slav and all these, but Bolduc or Newhook had 15 goals each of the last 2 years.
Yeah.
One year it was in less than 60 games. He had 15 goals. So he's just reaching his prime now. If he can start burying all of like last year, how many goals could he have had? He could
Oh
have had
my!
25 if he buried chances, right?
If he
So
buried half the chances, he might have had 20
yeah,
goals.
yeah, quarter. But no, he's a decent bet, I
Yeah.
think, to score 15 plus.
Good
Uh,
point.
and he's looked good he's producing so far in the preseason, so that's good.
Yeah.
I did list him as the kind of the guy that might be a key to them, an unsung key to them making the
Yeah.
playoffs again this year in one of our
Yes.
prior podcasts, and so far that's looking like a good prediction.
Well, Grant, we're going to move in a few moments. We're going to move into our prospect of the week, and if I maybe now is a good time to give a little bit of respect, a little bit of love to our sponsors. Can we talk about Bonshare Caves? A beautiful,
Yes,
beautiful spot.
Bonachère Caves. I grew up on now this is on the Bonachère River.
Okay.
Bonachère Caves makes sense, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
But we grew up in Anglo Renfrew, Ontario,
Okay.
and everyone called it the Boncher. Now, like, come on, really, eh?
Yeah.
But that's what it was. We mangled it pretty well. But anyway, that's the Bonnechere Caves on the beautiful Bonnechere River in the Ottawa Valley, Eganville, Ontario. Beautiful village of about 800. It's a beautiful spot to go, a rural area to go. If you're in the Ottawa area and you want to go to a tourist spot, it's a private family owned business run by hockey fans. 613-628-2283. They're open until Thanksgiving. Then they close for the winter. It's kind of hard to,
Yeah.
run that in the winter time. But yeah, take advantage of this. The leaves are just so beautiful in the Ottawa Valley this time of year.
For
Over
sure.
the next week and a half or 2 weeks, that they'll still be open. What a beautiful trip. Head up to the Ottawa Valley, check out go on a leaf trip, and not Toronto Maple Leaf trip, and check out Bonnechere Caves. You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, and look for go online on
Yes.
BonnechereCaves.com and just look at the pictures. It's beautiful. You're gonna have a beautiful day with the family. Get out, get some fresh air while you can. And I'll definitely be. I'm trying my best to get there before the end of this season. If I really can't make it, it's going to be one of my top priorities to go at the start of
Oh,
the next year and really spend a beautiful day there. I'm really looking forward to it.
right on. Well, you're heading through Canada. Let me know. I'll wave on your way by.
Will do, my friend. Okay, so now we talked
Excuse
about the present and somewhat of the future, but let's look down into the further future, if you will. Habs prospect of the week, Grant. Tell me, who do you have?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to pick a guy that finally played his first game of the season. I think everyone will know who I'm talking about here. Mr. Alexander Zharovsky. Here are all of his shifts. I got them. They didn't have like shift by shift, so I had to go through the whole game.
Wow.
So it took me a while, but I've got every one of his shifts here, and my goodness, did he look good? Like you would not know that this is a 18-year-old kid playing in his first KHL season. He is just full of confidence. That those stick handling highlights. You saw the video that I made of his
Yes.
stick handling last year.
Oh, he's amazing.
It,
Just
it's on
amazing.
it's on my YouTube channel, HabsCast, Recruits HabsCast. If you want to go look at it. But his skating is fine at this level already. He's improved it since last year at this time. Rick, his skating has improved in leaps and bounds,
It's
and
fantastic.
he had no issue keeping up with the pace. And as the game went along, and you'll see in these highlights, there's a nice he kept up with that guy on the back check.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that he's didn't always back check like that in the MHL last year,
Mhm.
and maybe because he was kind of the big wheel there, but he knows he's got to do it at this level, right? He wants to play, but
Oh,
he
nice.
played in the top 6 first game, so that's very encouraging. I think he had 15, almost 16 minutes. There was a good scoring chance there.
Yeah.
Um, created a bunch of offense. Look at this.
Whoa.
He's just so confident with the puck. And,
Yeah.
like all those, as I was saying, all those dangles that he made last year uh, at the MHL level, well, he's already doing it in the KHL too in his first regular season game. So he's going to the Canadians struck gold 2 straight years with Russians. It's
Yeah.
fair to say. I think they got the most skilled Russian player in 2 straight drafts, and 2 of the most skilled of the past decade, especially with the puck. May not be two Russians that are more skilled than Demidov and Zharovsky out of the past 10 drafts. Buchelnikov's in the discussion, but these two guys are both just their skill level is off the chart, and to get him in the second round, it's just looking. I'm sorry, but that was a steal. I really think. I think they got another steal, just like getting Demidov at 5, getting Hutson late in the second round, steals. But I liked his play away from the puck in his first game.
Yeah.
He was on for 1 goal against there, you see, but UFA is not a very good team. We'll just get that out of the way right now. So there's good and bad in that, I suppose.
Right.
Good that it means that he'll probably play top 6 all year.
Yeah.
And bad that you don't want to be in a really bad losing environment for too long. Like, is he going to be on a, bottom feeder for 2 straight years? You can sometimes pick up some bad habits when that's the case, right? But as you can see in all of these highlights, he's just so poised and good with the puck.
What strikes me is that you mentioned it quite a bit that he was really underdeveloped physically at this point. He's maybe a bit of a late bloomer, and yet he's still able to keep up. He's still able to skate. He engages physically fairly well. Not a bruiser by any means, but he doesn't seem to be too shy to get involved.
There's his goal.
There's a beautiful.
Yeah. Did you see the dangle? We'll just back it up here a bit.
Yeah.
And we'll check out the dangle before the goal here.
Oh.
Almost went all the way through, then went to the net, came over to him, deposited it right in the top corner. Unfortunately, these don't show the replays on these. Like, I think they got a camcorder. I think they got Jerry Seinfeld with the camcorder in the stands. That's what I was thinking of. Remember when he was taping in the theater?
Yes.
Doing the rips for the guy. Anyway, that.
Oh wow!
But look at the dangles. He's just so confident.
Yeah,
it's I guess it's a good thing that he's on a team that's not great, because he will get lots of opportunity, and I just hope that his all-around game develops okay, and he doesn't try to do too much, because his team's always trailing, right? And think offense all the time. But
yeah,
it's better that he is playing a top 6 role than being under Rautenberg or whatever on a really good team and sitting in the stands, right?
Yeah, I hope he has some decent line mates.
Check this out. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Every time you go to talk, he gets his points. Look at this dangle. I've got a better. I'm going to replay that at the end here. But that assist was very Demidovish like on the one that Laine scored the other night. It was very similar to Demidov's play. And sorry, what were you saying about him?
He just has great capacity to make plays on either side of him, or where he could do great stuff on the backhand, and he could do great stuff on the strong side. And
look at this.
Wow.
But then he almost lost, but he protected it, right? And then now he gets it again here. So, like I say, like at the end of the game, he just kept more and more dangling. Look at this.
Unreal.
That's against KHLers,
Yeah.
In the first regular season game.
Yeah. He missed a few weeks there.
Yeah. So, I mean, hello. Lots of fun stuff. Look at this. Ding.
Just sharp.
He's he'll have to be careful in the NHL. A couple of those might
yes, for sure,
might have resulted in a goal again, but he's going to be one of those guys where he'll hurt you on occasion with the extra dangle, but boy, when it all goes according to plan, he's going to score highlight reel goals and assists at any level as he as he continues to progress here. I love this third period. They were down, so he was, really pushing. But there's a nice steal. His play away from the puck isn't that bad. He's competing.
Yeah.
So, and there again, the dangle comes back, goes in the circle. An 18-year-old kid in the KHL. Like I've seen two kids at that age with that much confidence. Oh, here's one's Demidov and one's this guy. You'll see it. Here it is here. Bing. It went off the defenseman, but hey, I just love this deke and then the pass over. Beauty.
Grant, too, some things you look at and you say, well, does that, he does that in the KHL, could he do that in the NHL? But I'm sorry, stick handling is stick handling at any level, right? So that doesn't change. Other things can, like the velocity of your shot or the time you have to make a play, but his hands are his hands. No matter where he's going to play, they're going to be as good as anything else. So, and he's got fantastic hands, just amazing. So
if you can do that at 18 in the KHL, at 22 in the NHL, you're going to be doing it too. It just maybe not as often, but it just bodes so well. What he needed to do more than anything, I thought, was get stronger. And with that would come his skating. It's funny, in all these videos that we've seen on the Canadians on the draft and that, they talked about how good a skater he is. And okay. I did talk to NHL guys that thought that was something that needed to come. And I think maybe what they're talking about is just, it's there. It's just the stronger that he gets, the more power that he obtains as he gains weight and muscle, the better skater. He'll be a really good skater. At 22, 23. And it's his edges and lateral agility and everything combined. He's very smooth. It's just a matter of him, he's still like 175 pounds or something like that. Wait till he's 195.
It's just that maybe the explosiveness is important. It gives him that little separation to make the plays that he can do well. But no, I couldn't agree more. Technically, to me, I'm no big expert, but technically everything looked well. Like the stride was pretty long. There was no issue with that. So I think he's going to be just fine. I agree with you 100%. And can we dream of a future with Zharovsky and Hutson and Demidov all playing together on a power play?
I like that. Dangle City. It's, pick your poison.
Yeah, I agree. And do we have I believe we talked a little bit about another player that did really well. Didn't quite beat the prospects of the week, but a very close second.
Well, I don't know. Anytime, a teenaged WHL defenseman has 4 goals in his first 3 games, that's pretty good.
Decent.
Pickford was almost he's almost the new Eriksson there, winning back-to-back players of the week because he popped 2 more goals. So let's have a quick look here at his 2 goals that he scored on the weekend here. That's him on the left, 27. Comes in. Give it to me. Thank you very much. Got some offensive abilities, this kid, eh?
Yeah.
And then here's the other one, I do believe. Or no. Okay. Hang tight here, folks. There we go. We see that okay?
It seems to have frozen up.
Yeah, well, I just got to press.
There it is.
Go.
Nice.
So that was a seeing eye.
Yeah.
But hey, get it on the net, right?
Yeah.
And he did. And hey, 4 goals in 3 games to start start season on defense. So what? He's on pace for 80 or 90. That's not bad. So
Hey,
we'll, he scored 35 in total last year. I wouldn't doubt if in the regular season this year he gets 35 and he keeps this up. I think he was an omission in not being invited to the World Junior Camp in the summer.
right.
And I wouldn't be surprised if you see him at the camp in December for Canada, because he looks like one of the best defensemen in junior hockey without a doubt.
Absolutely. Great choices, Grant. As always, Habs are going to have a lot of great players, young players that they drafted that are going to be prospects of the week at some point, because they have so many to pick from. And we're going to be there to follow it all year round, right, buddy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be putting up tons of videos on Patreon.
Yeah.
So go to Patreon HabsCast and subscribe, and you'll get access to exclusive scouting videos on all of the Habs prospects. Time that I dedicated last year to draft prospects, and there was, 50 hours a week. Well, a lot of that is now going to be strictly on the Habs. So you're a Habs fan and you want to keep track of prospects on the Habs and players on the team, players in Laval, Habs players both on the NHL roster and in the system. I'm going to have so much content you'll be satiated. I can guarantee it.
Patreon, guys, go on. HabsCast. Grant will put up some fantastic content. You don't only get to hear about it, you get to see it, get it analyzed, get it explained. You'll be the person in your entourage that is the most well connected and knowledgeable Habs fan. With this, it's great value for a very, very low price. It's absolutely worth it, guys. You got to get on it. Also, our recruits, HabsCast YouTube page, get on it too. You can watch some of our stuff there. Comment, engage with us. We want to hear from you. And also, Grant, let's not forget, Spotify too is another place you could go to get our stuff. Some people like to have a podcast while they're walking their dog or something. It's easy. Subscribe, you get the stuff downloaded. It's a wonderful way to start the day and maybe enjoy a nice walk in Montreal caves and listen to the HabsCast downloaded on your phone. Can't ask for more. Can't ask for a better day than that, my friends.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for heading to your office again to do this, and hopefully start next week. We've got you. You've got you in a steady locale, right?
Yes.
Shack?
Thank you.
Head to the shack.
It's going to be happening in the next few weeks. I got to get my computer back. My 4-month-old computer that broke down will be hopefully back in the next few days. And again, I'd like to be back home too, and have my nice, beautiful HabsCast background and be in the comfort of my own home. But it's worth it to come down here and talk hockey with you, Grant. I'm always happy to do so. So, friends, thank you very much for listening in. Again, sign up to our pages, sign up to our sites. And engage with us, and we want to hear from you, and we really want to have some great discussions with the best hockey fans and the most knowledgeable hockey fans, the HabsCast public, if you will. We're very proud and honored that you choose us to engage with.
Okay, Rick, we'll see you next Sunday.
Absolutely. Have a good one, Grant.
Yeah, you too.